Spending 20 minutes with José Mourinho in a crowded room at Fenerbahçe's training ground in Istanbul on Wednesday reminded everyone of his magnetic presence. From his time at Chelsea to his tenure at Tottenham, Mourinho has always commanded attention, both for good and bad. His ability to draw focus remains nearly unmatched. Mourinho is now set to face his former club Manchester United in a Europa League clash at the intense atmosphere of the Çukur Saracoğlu Stadium. Although he left United nearly 6 years ago, his influence lingers. One incident from Mourinho's time at United during their 2018 pre-season tour of the US captures his complex personality. The team was scheduled to participate in a training session with James Corden, host of And Local Children at UCLA. Despite being scheduled for early morning, Mourinho was initially absent, leaving others unsure whether he would attend. He eventually showed up and even enjoyed the event, ensuring it was memorable for the young participants. But this episode exemplified the frequent swings between his dark moods and moments of charm that those who worked with him remember vividly. Many within the club now believe Mourinho was the right man for United but at the wrong time. Hindsight suggests he would have been a better fit following Sir Alex Ferguson's departure in 2013. However, at the time, Mourinho had committed to returning to Chelsea, and United chose David Moyes as Ferguson's successor, a decision that ultimately didn't work out. Moyes, followed by Louis van Gaal, struggled to restore United's former glory, and by the middle of Van Gaal's second season, the club had already made arrangements to appoint Mourinho. Mourinho arrived with great expectations, hosting a press conference at London's Claridge's Hotel, where he declared that giant clubs should have the best managers and that he was ready for the challenge. He was seen as a manager who would likely cause some turbulence but ultimately deliver success. And to some extent, he did. In his first season, Mourinho won 2 trophies for United, the last time the club has managed such a feat since 2009. In his second season, they finished second in the Premier League, which Mourinho later described as one of his greatest managerial achievements. However, Mourinho's team never quite looked capable of competing for the biggest titles. As internal conflicts and public criticisms grew, there wasn't enough success to balance the turmoil, and after a heavy defeat to Liverpool in December 2018, Mourinho was dismissed, with former player Ole Gunnar Solskjaer brought in as a temporary solution. Mourinho's tenure at United was filled with notable moments. He lived in a suite at the Lowry Hotel for 895 nights, an arrangement that became a running joke among staff, with some comparing him to a comedy character. Pre-season tours also had their quirks, such as when a match against Manchester City in China was cancelled due to a flooded pitch. Throughout his time at United, Mourinho frequently expressed dissatisfaction with the situation he inherited, making it clear that things had been better at his previous clubs, Chelsea and Real Madrid. By the time Mourinho left United, many felt that he had grown frustrated with a botched transfer window and tensions with players like Anthony Martial, who signed a new deal just 6 weeks after Mourinho's departure, adding to the strain. Mourinho's focus seemed to shift from team success to protecting his own legacy, as demonstrated by his defensive press conferences following high-profile defeats. Despite some memorable moments, including 2 major trophies, Mourinho's time at United ultimately failed to deliver on the promise of sustained success. When United fans see him on the sidelines in Turkey, they may recall his time at the club fondly, but without much regret.